He joins us right now via the Magic Zoom. There he is. Hola, Brandon.
Man.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, muchas gracias.
Everything good?
How you been, man?
I've been great.
Everything is perfect, man.
We just spoke to your opponent, Kai Kara-France, and now we're speaking to you, so this is a nice treat. Thank you for doing the show, as always.
Nice.
Good to talk to you.
Man, actually, that sounds very neutral. Thank you so much.
Of course. We like both of you very much, and this is a very interesting fight, a rematch. Could I ask you, what was your reaction? Because we had been hearing that it was going to be the fourth fight between you and Deiveson Figuereido, and then you find out, no, it's going to be Kai Kara-France for an interim title in July. What was your reaction when you got this news?
Man, so that was the plan, man. That was the original plan. Everybody wanted that fight, like UFC, all the company. I wanted that fight, obviously. But everybody except Figueiredo, right? Like he wanted like more. I don't know what he wanted, to be honest, but he said no. And I felt a little bit frustrated because, I mean, I'm lying to you if I'm saying I'm not here for money, because I love money too. I love to buy stupid things.
Yes.
But I don't know. Imagine the legacy, right? The fourth fight against somebody, the first one in the mixed martial arts history. That sounds amazing. Obviously, I'm crossing the fingers to watch him again in the future. But I don't know. I don't care, man. I'm so focused in Kai Kara-France right now.
So, and would it be fair to say initially you were a little bit disappointed, you were bummed, and then you had to get over it?
I mean, nothing serious. Just like, come on, I want to fight against this guy, right? Because this history is like so different than the other ones. Like the first one was a draw. I beat him like terrible in the second one. Fucking judges in the third one stole my belt. But I thought the fourth fight against him would be a very interesting match, right? But it is what it is. I don't care. I'm just really focused in my next fight against Kara-France.
Just one more thing about him. Do you feel like it's more about the injury or more about the money that he's not fighting you next?
You have a really good question. I don't know, man. I don't know what he's thinking right now. I don't know. It's like really for the money, or he's like a kind of a scare. I don't want to say he's scared. It's like too much trash talk. I'm sick of the trash talk with this guy. I'm done with that. But I don't know, man. He doesn't want to fight, and that's it. Hopefully, I mean, again, I know I have an important matchup against Kara-France, but hopefully, I can see him again at before to the end of the year. He's saying like a lot of different crazy stuff, like, oh, I want more money, and if UFC don't give me more money, I want to go to the bantamweight. Like, anybody cares, man. Anybody cares that. I mean, it's not like he's moving to the 135 and UFC. Okay, he moved to the 135. Okay, I'm gonna give you more money now. So I don't know.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. That's right. He also referred to the belt as plastic, a plastic belt, and that he's the champion. He seems very upset about this fight being made. What do you make of these comments? Did you hear his comments?
Man, you know what? Maybe it's a plastic belt, but it's still beautiful. It's still very beautiful. So I want to fight for like Lego belt, plastic belt, whoever. I don't care.
Yeah, any kind of belt is good for. A Lego belt would be sweet.
Imagine that, man. We need to work on that. I need to talk with my bosses.
So for you, as someone who has held the belt before, you know, Kai hasn't held the UFC title before, never fought for a UFC title. You have. What do you think it will feel like when, you know, the fight comes, let's say you win, interim belt? Will you feel like champion, or do you think you'll only feel like champion if you get the opportunity to beat Deiveson Figuereido?
I think it's a weird situation for me, because I'm trying to be focused on like be very positive and say like, hey, last fight I won last fight. I don't care. But at the same time, I'm trying to be very humble and say like, hey, I'm fighting for the title again. I want to hear a new again. And you know, obviously inside of me, I feel like the champion. I feel like a champion. But I mean, I focus on Kara-France. I respect this new challenge, and I just want to hear I'm new again, feel the bell around my waist or my shoulder, whatever. And that's it. Obviously, for Kara Francis, it's a new experience, I promise everything changed when you fight for a title. Just the fact to fight for a title, everything changed. So, I don't know. I feel like for this fight, I have the experience, but at the end of the day, when you are inside of the octagon, everything changed, right? A lot of people ask me, for example, like, hey, you have more experience and you fought in 5 rounds a matchup before, and he never did that. Like, yeah, maybe, but I saw a lot of fighters before, like going to the first fight in 5 rounds, like with a lot of cardio and looking amazing. Like, I remember the fight between Chito Vera and Rod Font. The guy was the first main event, and he looks impressive, right? So I'm just trying to do my own job, and if the guy gets tired in the 4 or 5 round, it's awesome for me.
Do you miss being champion?
Of course. You know what? When it's funny because when I'm in the broadcast in Spanish, for example, and my partner introduced me like, oh, we are here with the former UFC champion.
Yeah.
When he say former, it's like he's like, I want to kill you, man. But no, man. Obviously, I miss the feeling to just be the best, and like with any single comment about it, like, you are the best and you are the champion. A lot of people say like, hey man, you won the fight and you're still the champion. No problem with that. Be relaxed with that, and it's fine. I just miss that little feeling like I'm the champion, and that's it. But man, I'm still very positive, and I feel in my prime right now.
It's funny you say that. When I used to work on the desk, I remember one time Tyron Woodley, after he lost the belt, he got mad at, I won't say who, but he's like, stop calling me former. I'm champ, or don't say anything, but I don't want to hear former champion anymore. So and he was being serious. So what you just said reminded me of Woodley.
Man, I understand the feeling. I understand the feeling, but at the same time, I accept my mistake. Like, man, you deserve that because you fucking lost. All right. So I shut up and keep going in my job.
You watched that fight from January a lot?
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to fix all my mistakes. I saw that fight like fucking 10 times, and I can see what happened with me. And I think you know what, my biggest mistake in that fight was like, I hear all those voices around me like, hey, be careful with Figueiredo because he looks better and he changed all the style, and he went to fight red in Arizona, so he has new tricks. So be careful. I start to hear all those voices like, and I was very, very careful in that fight. If I put all my performance like in the second fight with a lot of pressure, with no respect, I know I could be a different history, but man, again, it is what it is. Right now, I'm so focused to fix all my mistakes, and man, right now I feel like I'm evolving my game right now.
So right now, are you in Kansas City right now?
Yeah, I'm here in Kansas City. It's hot and it's humid, but everything is so green, and I love it.
So why did you decide to go there? You're now working with James Krause and those guys over there who are doing. We had your teammate Jeff Molina on earlier. It's one of the best gyms. He's turned into one of the best coaches. But why did you decide to make this move?
So it's funny because after the last fight against Figueiredo, I tried to do something different. Before, one of the key of my success was like I went to a lot of different gyms. Actually, I know you don't remember, but I met you like 2014 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in Jackson's. You had an interview there. So, but man, the point is, I went to Albuquerque, New Mexico, in Jackson's. I went to Denver, Colorado, to Arizona, to California, a lot of different places to learn. Always trying to get new knowledge, right? In some point in my life, I stopped to do it because I feel very comfortable. Like I was working so hard, everything was like perfect, winning fights, and getting the title. But man, I felt after this last fight, like I stopped to evolve, and I don't like that feeling, man. So I decided to move. I decided to move to Kansas. I meet James in 2019. I had a little conversation with him, and I love his mentality, and he's a nerd. He's an obsessive guy, and again, like a part of the broadcast, I can see him in the corner, like being very like passionate, like, "Hey, let's go, man!" and putting the game plan and everything. I love the relation with their fighters, so that's why I decided to move to Kansas because James, I think he's the guy who's pushing me so hard right now.
Wow. And so do you have any of like the coaches that you had for the last fight in January? Will any of them be a part of this camp in July, this fight in July?
No, not right now. I mean, for example, right now I'm working with my Muay Thai coach. He's Pedro Hoya. He helped me for the fight against Figueiredo in the last year when I won the title, but he had some personal problems and he don't have the opportunity to help me the last one. But now he's helping me again. My boxing coach in Tijuana is Drift Cortez. He has some problems with his visa, so he can just come to the United States. So I needed to find another boxing coach, and I'm working with Jorge Capetillo. He's amazing. I meet him in Las Vegas, and he has an amazing technique too. He's helping me, and he's like 100% with me. Like he believes in this project, and he believes in me. And right now, he's part of my team. Hector Vasquez, he's my jiu-jitsu coach now. He's in Las Vegas too. And James Krause is the head coach. I'm working a little bit with the other coaches here in Kansas City in Glory. So right now, that is part of my team. Capetillo, Hector, he's traveling like every single few times per month. They're coming here to Kansas to keep working with me.
Okay. And I know you have a young family. Are they with you as well in Kansas City?
So I came like 4 weeks ago. I came here alone with my training partners to Kansas. I was training. Then last week I went to Las Vegas, to get some recovery. I tried to separate my seasons of training. Like I had 3 weeks very, very hard in Kansas. Then I went to Vegas to get some recovery in the Performance Institute, and then I came here again. So right now I'm here with my family. They will be here like 1 or 2 weeks, and then they'll go back to Vegas, and I'll be alone again with my training partners.
Okay, so you think this will be your home for a bit? Are you happy with the move?
Man, I'm so happy with the movement. I feel very, very positive. And you know what I love the most? I mean, everybody's like believe in this. Like they really believe I can get that title back. And they believe in my last performances. They are helping me to fix all my mistakes. And man, I love that. I love that feeling, like to have people around me who like feel the same passion than me.
So you have a win over Kai Kara-France about 3 years ago. What do you make of his progression over the last 3 years? Do you think he has evolved a lot? Are you impressed with his progression and evolution as a fighter?
Man, yes, of course. And, I mean, I have a lot of respect for Corey Garbrandt or Askar Askarov, but they make a huge mistake that don't put in respect on Kai Kara-France. He's dangerous, man. He's very dangerous, and I need to be careful with him. Obviously, in the positive way. You understand? Like, I mean, I need to respect him, and that's it. I beat him in 2019, and since that fight, he looks better, man. Definitely, he looks better. And you know what? He looks with better confidence. Like when he go to the fight, he looks like better expression, like ready to go with the other opponent. So yeah, man, I think the biggest weapons he improved in the past was his confidence. So I need to be careful in that. But saying that, like, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to fight against Kai Kara-France again. I beat him again.
A lot of people didn't think he would beat Askarov because he's so tough. He was a big underdog. Were you surprised that he beat Askarov back in March?
Man, yes, of course, because he was able to defend the takedown, keep the distance, and start to put pressure on Askar Askarov. Was an amazing game plan. Like, I loved that. And I know Askar Askarov he gets like a little bit frustrated with his stop to get the rhythm of the fight and the timing of the takedown. So he started to frustrate Askar Askarov and start to put the hands on him. So man, that was an amazing matchup. So I've been watching with James a lot of fights of Kai, and I can see what kind of holes I can take advantage of on our next fight.
By the way, your work as an analyst for the Spanish broadcast, do you think that has made you into a better fighter because you're almost forced to analyze so many different fighters, styles? Do you think that there's a correlation between your work on television and your work in the gym?
Man, 100%. I mean, just in general, I'm a huge MMA fan. I love to watch fights. I love to go every weekend. If I'm not in the broadcast, I love to watch the fight in my house with my family or my training partners, whatever. But yes, be there in the broadcast, start to watch different styles of different fighters. It helped me to my fight IQ. A lot of fighters don't understand the importance to be smart in the middle of the fight. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the octagon. Sometimes if it's time to smash, it's time to smash, and that's it. But if in some point I can do a smart trick there, like why not?
Did you think that when it was clear that Figueiredo was out, did you think that they would go with Pantoja and not Kara-France? Pantoja seems upset that they went with Kai Kara-France and not him. What did you think?
Man, it's funny. They trying to say it's my fault, but man, they need to understand I'm not taking the decisions here, man. I promise, man. I want to be the boss one day, but I'm not the boss right now, man. And I understand Pantoja was upset with this or other fighters, but man, put your manager to work, and that's it, man. I mean, that's why I love my Jason. I love my Iridium team because they are doing the job for me, and I'm just focused to do my job. What is the training?
Which would you have preferred, Kai Kara-France or Pantoja?
I mean, both guys, man. I mean, actually, I remember last year I was in the broadcast. They film everything like Pantoja beat Roy, but I remember, yes. And he challenged me like, hey, I want to fight with you. Like, man, let's go. But then he has the injury. So he was out of the fight. And that's why Figueiredo came for the trilogy. Like, man, the people, they need to understand I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, maybe because, maybe the people say like, oh, he's scared of Pantoja or whatever because he lost before. Like, man, I don't care, man. I don't give a fuck. I mean, that guy who fought against him in 2018 is so different. And man, you need to watch my last fights to make sure of that, right? So man, Kai Kara-France obviously so interesting for me because I beat him before. But man, it's a new challenge and he's very tough. So man, I'm ready for both guys. If they want to put Kai Kara-France and then put Pantoja in the same night, like just give me a little time, let me some rest, I can drink water, and then I can fight with the other guy next time.
I like that they're putting you back in a market with a lot of Hispanic fans, right? First you fought in California, Arizona, now Texas. You think you'll have you think you'll be the fan favorite in this fight?
Man, Dallas is crazy. I mean, last year or this when this year started, I went to Houston and I had a meet and greet there, man. Man, it was crazy.
Really nice.
A lot of people. The line, man. The line was around the corner, around the man. Was crazy. So I'm expecting a huge fan base in Dallas. Obviously, when you are going to the fight, like you are so focused, but man, you can hear all the crowd screaming your name, and I'm excited again. I'm so grateful with the company, with the UFC, because they're putting me in places where I can put my work with my fans.
Just a couple more things and I'll let you go. What happened to your guy Canelo? What happened?
Man, what happened? Tell me what happened. You're the analyst.
He went up too much weight.
Man, of course, but he's getting the challenger, right?
Yeah.
The guy, for me, he's the best. He's still the best. He's just trying to get new challenge, and so in some point, Bivol, he looks huge. I mean, I was watching the highlights and all the repetition, and man, Bivol, he looks definitely in another weight class. So, man, he tried it. He don't got the W, but he tried at least. So, man, you can't say the same for other fighters or other boxers. So, no. Man, I still have all the respect for Canelo, man.
I agree. Yeah, no, very few boxers are doing what he's doing. He's looking for the biggest challenges, regardless of weight class. Any new great Legos that we got recently? Anything to share? Any Funkos? Anything?
Man, you know what? I'm here in Kansas, and I can't show you all my collection, but I have the Daily Bugle for Spider-Man.
Oh, huge. Cool! Wow.
It's like 5,000 pieces or 4,000 pieces. I don't remember, but man, that one is awesome. I have the Batman Tumbler, the from the Dark Knights.
Yeah,
it's crazy too. And right now I'm building a little Lego cars because I don't have too much time. I need to go train, I want to finish my sets. So I'm collecting a few ones.
By the way, do you follow Jan Blachowicz on Instagram? Someone made Jan out of Lego. Did you see that?
I want my own Lego monument, man.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah, that was incredible. You saw this picture?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Actually, I posed something with him like, hey, man, awesome. That's great. That's crazy, man.
Amazing. One last thing. Let's say it all goes well for you July 30th. Will you be disappointed if Figueiredo leaves the division, that you don't get another crack? Will this bum you out?
Yes, man. I'll be disappointed because, again, imagine the legacy, man, the history. Wow. I mean, man, if Figueiredo is watching this or maybe can watch this in the future, man, just stop to say stupid things. Just wait for me and see you in the future, man. I mean, more than money, more than whatever, legacy, brother. We can make it together. He's my partner. He don't understand. He's my partner.
Business partner, fighting partner. So that's the message to him. No more stupid things. Be patient, and you'll see him in the fall.
Yes, sir.
Brandon, well done. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Happy to see that you're being treated well over there in Kansas City. Congrats on getting the fight, and good luck in training camp. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. I'll be here training in Kansas. And
by the way, I remember meeting you. Okay, don't doubt me. I have a good memory.
Wow.
I think it was 2015. Is that possible? Is it possible?
No, 2014.
Okay, fine. 2014. You're right.
And I think you told me something like, because you was like talking with us, with all the Latin crew, and you say something to me like, "Yeah, so just keep working because maybe in the future we can work together." Like, okay.
And now
I'm here getting links for Zoom in WhatsApp, so it's perfect.
Hey, not only that, now I have to ask like 10 times for you to come on. You're a hard guy to get, so I'm very appreciative. Thank you, Brandon, for always coming on.
Awesome, bro.
You're the man. Take care.
You, man.
All right, there he is, Brandon Moreno, the one-time, we'll say, UFC flyweight champ, not former